We start our tours through our first shelter, animal clinic and sanctuary at the street corner in front of the sanctuary. This is the entrance of the VSPCA shelter. All the dogs you can see here in front of the entrance belong to the shelter and are allowed to run around freely. They stay here and always come back. We are now entering to the main part of the shelter. After entering through the main entrance, we are located at the main corridor. From here you can reach almost every part of the shelter. The distribution of food for the animals also starts from here, as you can see. Over the day, the dogs need here to run around or sleep in the shadows. At the beginning, there's a small office or an interpretation room on the left side. Behind it is the special needs facility and the dog kennels and the animals clinic. On the other side you can see the aviary and the fenced area for the pigeons. In between you will find some electricity rooms. We will now enter to the special needs facility. Here, dogs are housed which are badly injured, old, blind or paralyzed. Every dog has its own individual kennel with a house. But every dog is also allowed to run around freely in this area to meet companions. The doors are always open. Here you can see the kennels for the dogs. There are 3 divisions. In these divisions they are allowed to run around freely. The kennels are open. We are now in the 3rd division of the dog kennels. Here are only dogs housed which are part of the ABC program. One or 2 dogs share one cage. They will stay here for 3 days and will be released afterwards to the place where they were caught. Here's some special room for the mother with puppies. At the moment, these are the night kennels just for the night. Now the dogs are released. They are just running around with the other dogs. This is our surgical ward. We have a preparation room and a room for surgery. Here the dogs are prepared for the surgery. And this is the room for the surgeries. Next to the surgeries room, there's another room for the treatment for the animals. We are now in the middle of the shelter and the workers started to feed the dogs. Every dog gets his own bowl full of rice mixed with fish or maybe some other meat. We are now entering the area with the cat houses, and on the right side you can also see the puppy pound. The first house of the cat houses is the surgical ward and the quarantine and isolation ward for the cats. We have also a quarantine and isolation ward for the cats. At the moment it is not in use. This is the second house for the cats. It has 2 rooms, 1 preparation room and some isolation wards for the cats. We entered cat house number 1, and in front of the room for the cats you find some special place to greet the injured cats. Here you have also some kennels or boxes for injured cats, which have to stay alone for some time. After their health is getting better, they are allowed to live with the other cats in this cat room. As you can see, they have access to open air. There's a fenced terrace. This room is very species appropriate, with hiding places, sleeping places, some ladders to climb, and they are allowed to jump around and climb all the facilities. Next to the first house there is the way to the other houses for the cats. Here you can see some cats in house number 2. Here you can see house number 3. And they all have the possibility to go out. At the end of this area you have our biogas kitchen room. There they prepare the food for the animals. Entering the area on the right side at the beginning of the shelter. Here you can see the area for the pigeons and guineas, but the guineas also run around freely here. Here you can see the big aviary for the parrots and crows. You can also find some squirrels in there. We are now inside the big aviary. Because we have a big net, the birds can fly around freely. But also have a small cage for feeding. Coming from the pigeons, we are now in front of the duck pond. They have some swimming pool. But at the moment they are behind the pool and drink water or running around. Here you can see this group of ducks. Between the facility of the ducks and the rabbits and the turtles you find our water pump. Next to the ducks are the rabbits. The rabbits have a big cage. They have some houses to hide, some plants which protect them from the sun, and they are allowed to roam around freely and to play with their companions. After visited the rabbits, we now go to the star tortoise. They have their own area. After visiting the star tortoise on the left and the rabbit on the right side, we now go to the monkeys. Here you can see again the place for the ducks. Here's some further area for the turtles. Everywhere you can find some friendly dogs. This is our biogas plant. It consists of 90% nitrogen. We use it for our plants. This is one part of our vermicompost plant. Here we produce our own natural pesticides by using the cow dung. And we use also the waste materials from the shelters. We use these natural pesticides for our own purposes. You can also call it organic farming. But finally we arrived at the monkey cages. We built 11 individual cages for monkeys. Normally our policy is to rescue the monkeys under very bad situations, treat them and release them back into selected habitats in groups. But we also offer for the badly injured, the old, blind ones and the babies lifetime care facilities to live in. And at the moment we have 11 monkeys living here. Every monkey has its own individual cage, because sometimes they are aggressive or not used to live together. But to improve the situation, we work together with the local zoo and we plan a primate rescue center together with them. There they will have bigger cages or are allowed to run around completely freely. After having visited the monkeys, we now go to the cows. We are now in the area where all the cows are housed. You see here 52 cows which were rescued from illegal transportations. They are allowed to run around freely at the main corridor and have their food. They are all very friendly. Here you can see the other cow sheds. Here are also some boxes if one of the cows has to be isolated. We are now inside the cow shed. Most of the cows are allowed to run around freely, but unfortunately some cows are aggressive and to avoid injuries they are tied up. But since we have this new kindness farm, we started to shift the cows to this farm, and there they will have a lot of more space. From time to time we will shift the cows to this new place. We also have to shift them because we are completely overcrowded and need more space for them. Here's also another shed for the cows. We are now in front of the large animal surgical ward. Next to it you can see also some place for surgeries when the cow is standing. This is the large animal surgical ward from inside. Next to the large animal surgical ward there is the sick animals shed. At the moment there are only 2. The other ones are on the main corridor to feed their grass. They are allowed to go out. Most of the cows living here were rescued from slaughterhouses, from illegal transportations, or had an accident at the streets of the city. Most of them are very friendly and very interested.